Hello, everyone. I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha, and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm really grateful for your support. Even though I've not been posting as often, I really appreciate it. And in this one, I want to speak to you about the vibe check. I've noticed, even if I haven't actually spoken to a person for long, or I've only spoken to them online, or I literally just pass by a person, with a glance and not even actual conversation. I notice that a lot of people end up saying this about INFJs in general, is that we pass the vibe check. That's, I feel like I get a good vibe from you. I sense that you're a good person, or that you have good intentions, or that you are trying to do good in the world. I don't know. A lot of times in those moments, I think to myself, I'm actually not doing anything good for the world. In fact, I'm probably a burden on the planet because I'm not really giving back in any way. In some ways, but not really like in a big way. And so in a lot of cases, I think to myself, this seems like a lie. But there is something about us, something about our heart, about our energy, about the way we walk in the world, about the way we look at the world, the way we speak, the way we interact with human beings or with the world around us, or just the way we are. Nothing that I can really pinpoint to and say, this is exactly it. But something about us, something about the way we are at our essence, at our core, that makes people believe that we are good people, that we have a good vibe, that our energy checks out. And that's one of the reasons why I believe that, plants and animals and babies, those creatures that can really sense evil intentions right away, they will gravitate towards us for some odd reason. And my sister says this all the time about me, that all the kittens and puppies in the neighborhood, they will find me somehow. I'll be sitting there doing my thing, I'll go for that one little walk in the neighborhood, and that kitten, that little puppy will find me. It just happens that way. It's happened so many times to me. I didn't go for a walk for a while, and then I go for a walk, and there's this little kitten I find, and I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing by yourself? And I find her a home. But that little kitten, it just found me, or I found it. There is some kind of, and I said this before, but there are these gravitational forces all around us, pulling us in a certain direction, pushing us in a certain direction. And some of it is intuition, some of it is us saying, I should go for a walk today. Why? I don't know. And then we end up meeting that person, or we end up doing that thing that is really important to that little kitten who could have died by herself, on the street. Or we end up finding that person who's going to teach us about something that is going to change our lives. So obviously there's so many things that are going on the planet that we're completely unaware of, that are pushing us in the right direction. But as in general, I would say, as INFJs, we walk around the world and we kind of portray this energy to the world that makes people believe that we are the right kind of folks, right? Or the right kind of energy folks, right? The thing about it is that, I'm always trying to figure out what it is exactly. I'm like, what is it? What did I do right now? Because someone will say that about me, and I'll be sitting there thinking, shit, okay, what did I do that made this conversation spark, or made them say this about me in that moment? And like, what was I doing? I was just sitting there, and I was looking or staring off into space, and this person just sat down next to me and started chatting with me, or I was just reading my book, or I was smiling about something that I was thinking about, because I tend to do that a lot, be in my head and smile at things that I've thought about in my head, or jokes that I've made up in my head. People always laugh at me about that, but it's a mystery to me. I have no idea what it is. There might be a multitude of things that are causing this to happen, because energy is very complex and you can't fake it, right? It's very hard to fake it, and that's why you can't really do it for a long time. You could do it for a short period of time, you might fake it, but then eventually I feel like people would catch on to you. That's why psychopaths or sociopaths are so good at it, because they're able to fake it for a long period of time until people don't even know who they are anymore, right? For us, it's very hard to fake it, so we just be ourselves. We're just doing our own thing. We're like, all right, I can't fake it. It's too tiring. My social battery is already very low, and it's going to fail if I keep on faking it. And so we don't fake it. Or if we do, we fake it for very short periods of time, and that's all we can fake it for. Because I notice that about myself as well. Sometimes I'm like, I'm in this situation, I need to pretend to be someone else for a bit. Okay, let me do it for a little bit, so that I can, not ruin the situation that I'm in. Maybe it's for my parents' sake, or for my family's sake, or whatever it might be. But eventually I get tired, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just going to go back to my normal self, grumpy self that I am. And people notice that switch right away. I've noticed that really, really accurately, because like people will be like, oh, good vibes, and all of a sudden I'm in grumpy mode, and they're like, oh, who is this person? She looks very, or seems very different from what she's normally like. And so I realized that, even though we would like to believe that people are unaware of things, and in a lot of cases, yes, people are very unaware about their surroundings, about themselves. That is the case in a lot of cases, in a lot of situations. But there is something about the subtlety of energy that cannot be missed. There is something about that I can't pinpoint. It's an internal structure thing. It's a deep core essence thing. It's a heart energy thing. Maybe it's our aura. I have no idea. There's so many different things that that make up who we are. So it could be something very, very core, like the spirit that we are, that is kind of emanating outward. But whatever it is, it's a very essential core of us, and it's something that cannot be changed or permuted. But it is something that people feel instantaneously. They feel the change in it. They feel what it's like, what it's not like. And in a lot of cases, you obviously, as an INFJ, that's what we use in order to gauge what the people around us are like and to understand them better. We stand there or sit there and we kind of take in all the energy from the person in front of us or the people in front of us, and instantaneously we'll be able to pinpoint certain things about them. This person, I don't know, they seem arrogant. Or this person, yeah, they seem really nice. I think we could be friends with each other. This other person, I can't gauge them. I don't know what's going on with them. There's something suspicious. But I'll just keep on watching them and see what happens. That's how we do it. We live in the world and we kind of watch, and we just check the vibe, right? Like everyone does it. It's a vibe check. And sometimes people feel, sometimes don't. But in general, I've noticed INFJs always pass the vibe check. It is something that we're capable of doing without much effort. I've noticed this time and time again with people that I've just met, and the first thing they have to say about me when, or the second thing, or the thing that they say about me when they message me after, like, oh, I had a really good time hanging out with you. I really enjoyed it. You're very inspiring, motivating, or whatever it might be. And I just love your energy. This is something that I get a lot of. I love your energy. I love your vibe. I love your energy. I'm just wondering to myself, what is it about the energy? What is it about? Is it just enthusiasm? Is it good faith? Is it trustworthiness? If it is what maybe I should be doing, I'm thinking about it now, maybe I should just ask them, be like, what is it about my energy that you like? Because I'm just doing some research. Maybe I should do that. But it is quite fascinating to me, because of course, you can't sense your own energy, right? You can't be sitting there thinking, I think that I'm giving off a really good energy right now. I don't know if you can you? But in general, other people can, right? Like they will sense your energy right away. So it's easier for other people to answer these questions for you. So perhaps this is something that we should all be doing if we're curious about this, is, we go to the people who are giving us good feedback on our energy and say, hey, so yeah, what is it about my energy? What exactly do you get? Like, what kind of vibes are you getting? What energy sense are you getting? And why? Like, what is it about me? Is it my smile, or is it my heart, or is it my heart energy, or what is it exactly? Maybe that's something we should all be doing, and maybe you can come back to me and let me know, because I'm gonna try and do this from now onwards. But in general, I just wanted to do this videos because there are a lot of videos out there about INFJs and their quirks, but like negative quirks in a lot of cases. We're in a lot of cases we have low social battery. We don't get along with people really well, or for long. We end up ghosting them or shutting them down, door slamming them, or going into our caves. So there is a lot of negative stuff out there, and I do have a lot of videos about our negative traits, our positive, negative, positive in some way, negative in another way. But this trait that we have about our energy, I think, is the most positive thing that we have, besides our intuition, because our intuition is so powerful and amazing. But our energy, I think, is also one of those traits that we should really be proud of, and that we should really learn to love, and not even use, but just to be enthralled by it, just to be amazed by our own energy, like to realize that we have this blessing, or this positive trait. I think that's all I wanted to say on this subject. If you have any questions, obviously, message me, but I would love to hear your stories of how you passed the vibe check. Like, what kind of comments have you gotten? Did you meet some random person off the street and they said, oh man, you have amazing energy, I just love hanging out with you? I'd love to hear all those stories, so please do comment below. I'd love to read those stories. And again, thank you so much for your time, your energy, and for your support. I'm so grateful for all of it. And I shall see you the next time around. Bye for now.